Welcome back. So, as promised, I have brought in a lovely lady from Elsies River. She hails from Elsies, so you must know that we have good people here in our community doing great things. So, we're celebrating Women's Day, and we've chosen Miss Liezle Williams, and you must see her stuff. It is gorgeous. So, I'm going to interview her. So, if she doesn't mind, can she just introduce herself to the listeners?
Hi, I'm Liezle Williams. I'm 49 years old and I live in Elsies River.
Okay, so tell us about your business. Like, when did it start?
My business started in 2020.
Yeah.
I started very small by doing alterations for people, and because I'm old apostolic
Yeah.
and I have 3 daughters,
Mm-hmm.
the hat started becoming expensive. So I thought, let me invest in making hats. And I
Yeah.
started very small, a lot of struggling blocks and a lot of obstacles, but eventually I got it, and now I got my own clientele. And tomorrow I'm delivering hats to Kimberley.
Wow. Wow, that is actually very great and very good, because you see, not many people knows of these small businesses, and getting products out there and getting clients as well is quite a challenge. So can you tell us what the name of the business is, if you don't mind?
I named my business Liezl Hats and Clothing Design.
Okay, so your clientele is mainly church people, right?
Church people, yes.
Yes. So I see you are a dressmaker as well.
Yeah,
I've seen your dresses and it is gorgeous.
thank you.
All of your children, I'm saying like they are models. People, you should see it. I will upload it on Facebook for you guys to see her work, so that you also can get in contact with her. So, like, where did you get your skill from? Did you work in a factory maybe?
I actually started very young.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of 19, I started working at Levi.
Yes.
And I built up my skills there as a machinist.
Yeah.
But we never went as far as the like I did hemming, and I never went as far as that. And my mommy was a seamstress.
Okay.
And she used to work at Romatex. But when I was a very little girl, she would cut out dresses for my dolls, and she
Yeah.
would show me how to hand stitch it. And that's where my love for clothing started.
Yeah.
And what I did, I couldn't cut patterns first. So what I did, I had a friend who was a foreigner. So he's a tailor. So he told me the best way to learn is take an old dress, unpick it, and cut your patterns from there. And now I cut hand-free.
Wow. What would you say makes you different from the others?
I will tell my clients if I'm not able to do something, and my hats that I make, I'm more in the hat business. My hats are unique because I only design one hat. Because I believe if you step in church,
Yeah.
you must be the only one wearing that hat.
Yes.
So
Come on now.
I normally tell my clients, if they pick a design, I normally don't work from other people's designs.
Okay.
Because I told them I have my own unique way of designing my own hats.
Yeah.
So I will upload my hats, and then they will pick from there.
Wow, the creativity. I can just imagine the creativity that goes in it. Every woman wears her own hat. Wow. It sounds like a role, like the role that woman
Yes.
plays. There's nobody like you. Like, you are your own person. That's why you wear your own hat.
Yes.
I like it. You say that you started in 2020. Like, that is the time when we had COVID.
Yes. I started making masks in that time because I
Okay.
used to work for a school, and then because I had to cut some of the staff, I went home, and the principal said, "Why don't you start making masks?" And then I made masks with the school's logos on and the school's name. Some clients wanted the children, and then it went to funerals, and that's where I started my small business, and it went
Okay.
from mask making to clothing to alterations to hats now.
Okay. So you brought your daughter, she's the oldest?
She's the oldest.
Okay.
She's
Does she help? Kyk, as ma mos begin, dan moet die dogter soek mos inspan.
She is actually a qualified educate teacher.
Okay,
But
okay.
due to her health, she had to resign.
Okay.
And then she's very creative. She started also her own small business in nails.
Yeah, so it's in the genes.
Yeah.
Gaan agter mami aan. Nee, dit is mooi man. Kyk, in die verlede het ons vroumense nie daardie geleentheid gehad nie. Daarom het die vroue mos opgestaan en bypass laws and inequalities was daar gewees. But today's woman has the liberation in order to do her stuff, to do what her mind tells her. And I think like yesterday's show where I posed the question like, why are we still facing inequality normally in society or in the home, but also economically?
Yes.
Like, do you have any of those kind of challenges?
A lot.
Yeah. Can you elaborate, please?
I am a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 3 daughters. Luckily, they're all done, matriculated. She's done with her studies. Her middle sister is now gonna graduate Friday as
Yeah.
a software engineer. The middle one, she's still making up her mind. The baby.
Okay.
So it's a struggle because now with my business, I have to put in the house. I have to cover my business,
No.
and I have to cover medical, and
Yeah.
I have to cover food. So I'm always split.
Yeah.
There's never that moment where I can say, okay, I can go on a vacation now, or I can go away for a weekend, because everything has its piece.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like in winter, the business normally takes a dip,
Yeah.
because the ladies don't often wear hats to church. But now the business, after winter, the business picks up.
Okay.
And then I have I will say my prime period, and I have my dip period.
yeah.
So I'm actually now currently busy getting out of that dip now.
Okay.
Understand?
So you have your season.
Yeah,
Okay.
my off seasons and my on seasons. So financially, then when I'm in my off seasons, then the income is less. You
yeah.
understand? So
Notable,
now
yes.
I focus on the house, but then you get your on season, and then I realize, oh my goodness, I have to buy material.
Yeah.
I have to go here, I have to go there, and yeah.
Would you say that the expenses on your material and stuff is more expensive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No?
Compared to what I ask for at,
Yeah.
I give out more for my material and for
Yeah.
my stuff that I use. So I actually don't feel it because I buy the material out of my pocket and maybe with the deposit the people give. But once I take the client's money and I go buy the material with it, then I feel I'm making that for free.
Okay.
You understand? So what I prevent from using the client's money. I use it. I normally buy my material out of my own pocket. So
Okay.
when the money comes in, I feel like, okay, here's a profit here.
Okay.
Understand.
Yeah. And every business has to make money.
Yes.
Okay. So where do you see yourself? Like, what is the vision for your business? Like in the next 5 years, maybe.
I would like. My dream is to. There's a lot of youth out there that doesn't have the opportunity to go study further.
Yeah.
The parents doesn't have the funds maybe to now they have to go work in a factory or something. This is a business that's ongoing because in the old
Yeah.
apostolics it will never die out. We will
Yeah.
always wear it.
Yeah.
So I want to employ maybe 3 or 4 young girls, because my children, they're not interested in the business, just to push someone, and so one day my legacy moves on.
Yeah.
That they can say, oh, Auntie Liezl did teach me how to make a hat, and now I have my own business. And
Yeah, because like many a times our women find themselves in factory work or retail
Yes.
work, but they do have the skill. né? So my question is like, when are you going to now use your skill and utilize it in such a manner that you expose yourself to more options in terms of entrepreneurship and maybe teach other young women and maybe teach other young men also, because in today's life that is net this for a vrouw and this
Yes.
for a man.
Yes.
Like men can do what women do and women can do what men do. in certain
Yes.
to a certain extent. So my question is like, we need, not a question, but we need to make that bold step, because some people are afraid to take that bold step because now the income
Yes, and
will be a problem.
the finance, the equipment, and
Yes, you have to think about all of those
you
things.
have to start. I start from the bottom.
Yeah.
I started with a machine that was handed to me. I went to Kualapis whenever they had a sale, and I started building my material up. And I started making, before I started with a hat making business. And then I used to start with us, making dresses for us, and then the people in church will see, the people outside will see. And I will make stuff for them when they have events, and then the people will ask, their friends will ask, who did make that? Where did you buy that? And it's no, my
That's
mama
how
made
I'm
it."
sitting.
Yeah.
When I look at the pictures, I'm like, wow.
And then that's where it started. And I made, my first matric ball dress was her dress.
Yeah.
And my first 21st dress was her dress.
Wow.
So now I get clients where, please man, I'm begging you, don't you want to make my daughter's dress? And you're so creative. And so yeah, but I actually want to scale down from clothing.
Okay.
Because there isn't funds in there. Because now you get Timo, you get Shein, the people
Yeah.
buy from there. But the
I
hat
get you.
making is that's where the money lies.
Okay. Well, you mentioned now Timo and Shein, and like how our clothing industry also
Yes.
suffers. Like in terms of keep on working in a factory and starting your own thing, which one would you say is the best option?
For me, I would say both. You get your benefits where you're in a factory and you get your you have an income at the end of the week or the end of the month.
Yeah.
With your own business, you do have that dip. You do have that worry because you need to cover the rent. You need to cover if you rent a place. You need to service your machines on your own. In a factory, you don't do that. But to be your own boss, you have more time for your family. You have more time for yourself. You can look after your health. Where in a factory, from my experience, you're more stressed, you're more tired. You don't have time for your family because there's times where you have to work overtime.
Yeah.
So in my case, if I feel today, I don't feel like sitting on the machine today,
Yeah.
but I've covered most of the stuff yesterday, then I won't work
Yeah.
because I'm not going to feel that loss. Like this morning, I made 2 hats, so now I'm done. So I'm waiting for my next clients now to contact me to say, okay, Liezl, this is what I want. Can you make it? And now I move from there.
Yeah.
Or what I do, I make extra hats on my own, and then I just post it and I sell it.
Yeah. Wow. No.
So I will say being your own boss
uh,
is the best.
yeah.
And that's what I told her. I
Yeah.
told her, listen, start your own business. A baby don't be born and then just run. You need to learn to sit up, you need to know how to eat, you need to know to feed yourself, and then you
Yeah.
need to crawl, and then you start walking, and you're
Yeah.
going to fall a lot
Yep.
before you can run.
And that's where growth also comes in.
Yes.
You will need to know like where your error areas is. You would need to know where your mistakes is so that you can build yourself
Yes.
from there. So kyk, ons sien die vroue in die gemeenskap, nê, en baie vroue het nie meer daai ambisie nie. And many maybe have not made it to matric. Maybe they can't find work, but they do have the skill. What can you tell such a woman? Like, where would you start if you only have the skill?
It's difficult to say she can start here, she can start there. If you don't have the machines at home and you don't have the equipment, it's difficult for you to start somewhere. And it's the same like working in a factory if you go work for someone else.
Yeah.
You understand? Because in the beginning, before I had my industrial machines, I used to go to my friend. But then he had a thing of, first do my stuff before you do your stuff. You understand? It's like I'm working for him. So I'm not my boss. Because I'm depending on his machines. And then I started, okay, let me rather invest and buy my own machines so that I can have my own machines at home
Yeah.
and start. So I had a mechanic and he passed away, and then I had another mechanic. So now I have a new mechanic, but it all costs money. Everything that you put in your business is money.
Yep.
It's I was lucky for a guy to come to me and says, listen, I don't have a CMT anymore, and I don't want my machines to pack up. Will you be able to work with my machines for a few years?
Yeah.
So in that period, I could buy myself my own overlocker. I said, listen, come fit your overlocker.
Mhm.
I have my own overlocker. Now I'm building to buy my own plane machine because I still have his plane machine. But you see, I was blessed. Others is not so fortunate. So it is a thing of getting just a little push, man,
Yeah.
financially from someone. Before I started making ads, I used to work at the school
Yeah.
as assistant teacher
Okay.
and admin clerk. So this one teacher used to be my maths teacher back in the day at Elwood High School.
Yeah.
And just before she retired, she told me, Liezl, I have 2 machines for you there, but it's low domestic machines. And I said, listen, give.
Yeah.
That's always helpful. And then one day she called me. She said, how's the machine still working? I said, no, it's still working and all that. And she said, what are you doing now? I said, this clothing is not working for me. I would like to go in the hat making business. And she asked me, what do you need? And I said, I need blocks. And one block is 500 rand.
Sure.
I need blocks, I need material, I need a glue gun, I pointed out everything. And she said, give me a few minutes. And she spoke to her husband and she said, I want to help her.
Yeah.
And in half an hour, there was a 5,000 rand in my account, and she said, buy
Wow.
your stuff. And I immediately purchased my stuff, and in a week's time, my stuff was there. And then the lady that I bought the stuff from,
Yeah.
she's also old apostolic, and I spoke to her and I said, listen, this is what I do, but I have no skills.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I really want to make ads. But I don't have money to go to the classes, because the classes for 8 days is
Okay.
15,000 rand. Just for 8
Wow.
days. You get your blocks, you get your material, but she gives you the basic skills. And she
Okay.
said, I'm going to help you. I'm going to guide you, but I
Yeah.
want you to go on YouTube, because that's your best tutor. And I went on YouTube every day. And I practiced, and I made mistakes, and I practiced.
Yeah.
And eventually, when I finished the ad, I sent it to her, and I said, listen, I know it's not perfect, but just give me your honest opinion. And she said, you don't need classes. Go
No
on with what you're
wonder.
busy with. And ever since that day, I've been. So one day she recommended someone to me, and she said, go to that person is very creative. And she is a hat maker for 25 years, and she sent someone to me.
Wow.
I spoke to
No
her.
skill, people. No skill and cake, no.
Yes, YouTube is you. I go on YouTube
But
whenever
ma'am,
I
you have
want
to understand this. Like, you can go on YouTube. At the end of the day, you are the one that is
Yes.
sitting with the creativity to make that hat in the form that it comes out when it's a product.
Yes.
So basically, I'm saying that you are the one that is
Yeah.
making this design look very beautiful and all of that.
And
So,
patience.
yeah.
Patience is the biggest thing when you start your own business, because you get difficult clients.
Yeah.
You get where you financially it looks like you. Why are you doing this? Is it worth it? You
Yeah.
get their days. You get your clients that order stuff and then they cancel, and then you get your clients that's always happy, and and then you get your clients that's broke. And that always want things. Okay, mommy, we wearing black now. What kind of hat are we making now? So I get that clients also, and that's
Ek
my.
moet vra, as julle hoede altyd groot? Like,
It depends on the client,
okay.
but we wear the big hats. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm Pentecostal and sometimes we do wear hats, but it's not always that big like yours. But now I'm asking the question because I see another clientele coming in. Jy kan miskien inkyk vir Pentecostal people. Like
Yes.
They also wear hats. And like that, the royal hats, do you know for that? Can you make those as well? Because we
Yes.
like to wear that when it's high tea time.
Yes, the high tea hats with the
Yeah,
Alice band.
yes,
We call
Alice-
it the fascinator.
Okay,
It's
so
a
you make that as
yes,
well.
it's a fascinator. But I always speak to my clients before, because sometimes a client is not by means for my price.
Yeah.
And because Chinatown and all the other places is also selling that, the only problem, they don't have the Alice band in where it's secure. They have the clip in. So I will always tell them, go to Chinatown, then you come to me, I'll put the Alice band in for you. And then you have a hat where you pay 60 rand.
Yeah.
It's not that I always, you get the hat pickers that they're in for the money.
Yeah.
They're there for the money. I always listen to my clients.
Okay.
Because sometimes my biggest time is Easter, when it's confirmation time.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
do
yes.
get the parents that's not by means to make a hat and a dress, but because it's that child's big day, I will say, okay, if you make the hat and you make the dress by me, I will give you a certain discount. Mommy, if you just make the dress, you must pay for your material, and I will charge you for the make of the dress. Because why sometimes the people don't know how expensive the material is.
Yeah.
So I would rather you go buy your material so that you can see how expensive your material is. So that if I charge you 800 rand for a dress, you will say,
Dan moet jy nie skirkie,
Yes.
want dan moet jy weet.
so, and then you get the clients who say, but I don't know anything about material, then I will go.
Yeah.
And I travel by taxi.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take three taxis, 2 trains,
Yeah.
but I go buy their stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't charge him for traveling. My children say, you must charge him for traveling. That is, I love that. That is, I call that my me time.
Yeah.
When I go alone and I'm walking around and I'm searching for things and I'm browsing and all that. That is my me time.
Yeah.
When I get away from the machines and the house. And so when I get back, I'm energetic. And then I see, as I walk past, I see new designs in clothing.
Yeah.
I normally go in the shops and this looks like a nice dress. I think my children would like that. Can I take a picture? I just want to show my daughter.
Inspiration.
And then I come out, I zoom in, and then I make the dresses for them. So what must I buy?
Yeah. Wow. Ek wens ek het so maar gehad.
But sometimes it's stressful.
Why do you say so?
The difficult clients is also them. Tuck this in, it's too long. Can't you make it shorter? And then I'm like, I'm
It
sitting
comes
there, I'm
with
like,
the job,
you're not
yes.
even paying, but anyway. Yeah.
So, what would you say is like your creativity process? Like, you have the idea, like you want to make a hat, or maybe a client comes in, I want a hat, but they don't know like how and what, and
So
alles clueless.
no,
basically.
sometimes they will go on Facebook, where I have a page there where I post my ads. I normally don't post anymore because some of the people steal your ideas. They screenshot and then they go to other ad makers, so I don't post anymore. But normally I will put on my status because I have a lot of clients on my phone. So I will put on my status and I will say, sister, I would like this ad but in that color. Or I like this red, but can you make it in blue?
Yeah.
So, or I will design something on my own because I have no idea what I'm doing. So as I put the head together, then I would look at that and I will say, okay, if I put this there and I put that there, and before I put everything now, the finishing touches, okay, so this is how it's gonna, and then I put it together and that's the
Okay.
creative part.
Very nice.
So when I'm done, then I put my price on my ads because now I see, okay, this is this, I can sell now for 600 rand.
Okay. Okay, guys, we've come to the end of our interview. It's been lovely chatting with you,
Thank you
Ms.
so
Williams.
much.
I'm truly honored to have you here, present, because when I go through Facebook and I see your stuff, I'm amazed. Like, really,
Thank
I'm
you so
thinking, like,
much.
why isn't this in a shop? Like, really, like, why isn't it? Like, many people go into entrepreneurship, but the labor that goes in it makes them restricted from having maybe a big shop or their own little factory in their garage, maybe.
Yes.
So you've shared your vision. We are honored to have you. You're one of those people that made a choice out of what our people stood for back then, and you are now liberated enough to have your own thing going. And we would like for you to share, like, maybe your details in terms of how they can get in contact with you, if they want any hats or dresses.
So they can contact me on WhatsApp. My contact number is 073 831 5524, and I'm at 82 9th Avenue, Alcisaraba.
Okay. Can you repeat that again?
073 831
831.
831
Okay.
5524.
Okay, there you have it, Miss Liezle Williams in the studio. She spoke about her business, her entrepreneurship business that she has. We are delighted to have her present because I think we need to encourage women more to go out there and start their own thing. It is 2025. We are not back then where the woman had to fight very hard for our liberation, but we are grateful and thankful for that. So yeah.